Hello everyone, I'm Psychotic, and that's also my screen name. Today we are back with episode 9 of our Season 2 for Medieval Dynasty. We are getting a little bit of a late start, but I had a family affair. Monday is a holiday in the US, so we were doing some family stuff today, but I did make it back in time to stream just a little bit later than anticipated. Today we are going to work on getting another house up and recruiting our wife, or our future wife I should say, so that we can attempt to flirt with her without having to run all the way to town. We're also going to try to kit ourselves out entirely with bronze tools. We're also going to try to make a little bit of money and see if we can't get our food production underway, as well as anything else that arises, any upgrades that we unlock or anything along those lines. So if you learn anything useful today, or if you have a good time, please don't be afraid to drop a like. If you're feeling friendly, maybe go ahead and subscribe, but either way, let's go ahead and load in. Alrighty, and here we go. It is black as pitch, so that's fun. Looks like we logged out in the storage, which is not necessarily a bad place to be. So let's go ahead and scan through this stuff. We can put the simple bag in there. We're not going to be using it right away. How are our fields looking? So he's beginning work on that field. Looks like he's got 6 done up. He's got the whole thing plowed, though, so he should be able to get it planted. Actually, I think we helped him plow it, but that's okay. So he's got that situated. As far as our tech goes, we are super close to unlocking the next tier of the house. We are at 1486 and we need 1500, so we only need 14 points. I would like to not build the house until we have access to the 3rd tier house, because that feels like it's going to be kind of a waste just to tear it down again. Now we could build the goose house. The fold's relatively small, but we're going to have to eyeball it. You know what, we might wind up doing a temporary goose house, like we have a temporary pigsty, just to see if we can get our eggs without having to commit to the setup. Did we get any upgrades over here? We've got the sewing hut level 2. So let's go ahead and upgrade the sewing hut and see if that doesn't give us the points that we need. Alright, at this point I feel like just chopping the birch because they're here is going to be faster. And there's another tree to the dome. It totally looked like it was falling forward. I don't know why it changed direction on me, but yep, that was a tree to the noggin. Now the downside is we're still going to need 32 of these for the houses. We're not going to try and collect those now, though. We're going to let them, as we're upgrading this other building, we're going to let them collect logs and get as much as we can out of the way for stone instead. That's going to help us potentially get all the logs that we need. I have 0 complaints about that. I mean, I've always got complaints about something, it's me. But I have 0 complaints about that. Okay, so in this particular case, we're going to want to make sure that that right side, or left side rather, does not extend past our... we can't really see the left side, can we? That's going to be a problem. We're going to have to get that house in place first. So we can't move them because we don't have anywhere available at the moment. So I want to get the upgraded house here. And then that's going to tell us, because eventually we're going to have houses coming up this way with their backs to this. But I need to know the width and length of the house here before we try to place another one. And I know if we keep it even with this, it'll be fine. The problem is this house is so big that we can't see that left side when we're trying to place it, which makes it very difficult to figure out where it's going to go. Well, I guess we can kind of see it when it's green. Like that there. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Well, that's a start. So let's grab our 14 stone, and then we'll get Donkey involved after that. But for the start here, we're just going to grab that 14 stone and get our framework up. Alright, so I know normally one of these houses is 108 stone. The problem is we've already put some stone into it, and I was not keeping track of how much we put in. So we're gonna have to, yeah, it'll be in the cut tomorrow for sure. Where'd that other one? Oh. Log? Can I please have my log? I really didn't want to try to chop this down with it up there because knowing my luck it'd fall on my head. 6. And then we can take one of those from across the way for the last bits. I am really lucky that those branches didn't have collision, or that would have hurt. Now at this point I think what we're going to do is we're going to move the farming couple into that house and then replace their house so that we can easily figure out how we want to run the rest of this. I think that really should have been out a little bit further. You know what, we'll make it work. Because and hopefully I didn't screw up more than I thought. Oh no. Is it this maybe? I really hope that's the case, otherwise this is gonna suck. No, I don't think we left enough room. Well, shit. I suppose we could always replace the house that was there. That's an option. And just have one of the farming couples in a smallish house. But they're only going to be able to have one kid that way. Yeah, I think so too. I thought that it was a 5x5 as far as fields go, and apparently that was not the case. You know what we could do is we could make this our house. So that's particularly useful when we try to harvest the crops before they can, because of the double gain that we get from ourselves. It's probably not a bad idea to just make that our house. Well, we would have had to have redone the roof at least anyway, because we did them in thatch, because we didn't have access to the woodcutter when we started this, so at the very least there's that. So it's only mostly a waste, not entirely a waste. And there's another tree to the dome. Because it totally looked like it was falling forward, so I came over here, and it was not. It was falling sideways again. It tricked me. Tricksy trees. Wow, we had exactly 100 seeds, and it looks like he actually didn't have any... Nope. Yep, he wound up too short. We had exactly 100. This is 100 squares. So for some reason, you always have to have a little bit extra. So we're going to be 2 squares short. Alright, 15 is only going to give us 30 out of what we need, but hopefully he will have had enough other ones finished that we should be okay. So we're going to go ahead and move into this house. We're not going to demolish our old house right away. We're going to leave that one up for... We're actually not going to destroy any of the old houses right away. We're going to leave them up for new recruits so that we don't have to have a house if we find somebody good while we're out and about. We can just grab them and throw them into one of those houses. And into planks, and then our house should be done. We can move ourselves and put up Casimira in the current house that we are occupying. And that will allow us to woo her without having to run all the way down to town every day. I don't mind doing it once a season, but every day is going to be a bit much. You know what? Let's do it this way. We'll move Gerund in here. And then we'll move Gerund into our house, which should swap us houses. And then we can move Gerund back into this house. And that should leave our old house empty and us in this house. Yep, that worked. So we just had to get a little bit creative with it, but we were able to pull it off. Alright, now I do want to go get Casimira moved in before the season changes, just in case. I don't think that'll make her disappear, but I want to be positive. Casimira. Let's see, so she can do extraction, farming, diplomacy, and survival. Eventually I would like to have her in a vendor role, because she's only going to have the one kid and then she'll be a free agent. But until then, we need somewhere to put her. And I'm wondering... You know what? Let's put her in the barn. She can make fertilizer for us, so we don't have to keep up on it until such a point as we are in good shape that way. So let's do romance. We can. Excellent. I was building a house, but someone else was in control of my body, looking through my eyes. Heard a strange voice coming from afar saying, "Damn, he's hungry again." Oh my god! Option number 1 is totally us playing him. Last night I had this weird dream. I was building a house, but someone else was in control of my body, looking through my eyes. And then I heard a strange voice saying, "Damn it, he's hungry again." That is definitely the player. I'm always eager to learn. Always ask for advice. That's a good option. Yep, that's a 5. Don't make fun of me, but my favorite animals were always chickens. No, that is not true. I am not fond of chickens at all. What brought you here? What's your biggest dream? See, that one looks good, but I feel like we need to ask her what she's interested in. So let's do the what brought you here. Aha, there's our +5 again. So we could attempt to have her marry us at 25% affection. I feel like that is an awful idea. I would like to get her to 100%, but I want her at least at 75 before we attempt it. You have exceptionally beautiful eyes. I could listen to your voice for hours. Do you sing? In my home, the best remedy was always a broth made of chicken bones and herbs. Yeesh. Let's ask if she sings. +7! That was a big one. Yep, and that's all that we can get out of her this season.
See you soon.
That was huge. So that means that we're not going to be able to fit the proper sized house there either. Because we set the 2 buildings off of each other. So it's not going to have enough room either. That's not a huge deal though, because we can use the other house as our heir's house. Once he moves out and becomes his own man, so to speak. That way we can have Risamir and Kazimira in the one house, and then our kid and his wife in the other house. So let's go ahead and fix our arrows, and then we'll just go rest. It'll speed this along. So there's really not much time to get into anything else before we're going to get yanked back anyway. Alrighty. Happy fall, everyone. So we are going to start... Where's it? Oh, shit. We're going to start by harvesting these oats ourselves, because that is the most important thing that we get. Nope, that was a pickaxe. That was not a scythe. Alright, so at the very least they should have problems trying to harvest, because I think we have the only tools. But I still want to get it done as quickly as possible, because I would also like to get the cabbages ourselves, but it's less important than these oats are, because these oats are going to make the animal feed for us, which is going to keep our pigs happy and healthy and producing poop for us. So a trick that you can do, because the donkey always stops just outside of reach, is if you hold forward and jump, you shift slightly forward. So sometimes you can get lucky and shift enough forward to... Whoops, I just ate a cabbage. To actually get close enough to activate his head. But also sometimes you'll be standing there forever trying to get it to do it. So it was faster just to drop them and inch forward and then pick them back up. Alright. I think we are going to go ahead and build another goose, or build a goose house temporary over here, since we already screwed up this side. We'll just put it next to these guys. But that'll get us some eggs, and that way we won't have to eat the pottage. And they'll be able to keep it for themselves. So let's go ahead and build that now. Okay, so we want it pointed west, and we're going to line up our ramps here. And we're going to walk straight west. You know what? We might be able to fit it right here. Wouldn't that be sweet? Then we wouldn't have to build any more fencing. Let's do it that way. I had not intended that when I first put it up, but seeing as both the pigs and the geese, we can do stuff in their pens, but we don't actually have to do anything with the animal itself. I feel like having them wandering together is not going to be a problem at all, because we don't need to interact with them, so we won't have to sort out which one's which. Now, having the sheep in the same pen with everybody else is kind of a pain in the ass, but it's still not a big enough pain in the ass to be a deterrent. Alright, Piggy, I need you to move, bud. Oh no! How long ago was our last save? You can't punch baby pigs. Our last save is not that long ago. If you punch baby pigs, they just die. I really wish I'd saved before I did that. That's heartbreaking. I'm a monster. So yeah, noted. Do not use the punch trick to get animals to move on babies. I imagine it would have moved if I punched the adult, but if you punch a baby, it will kill it. So we loaded, which meant that we had to harvest again. Yeah. Thankfully, the save wasn't too far back. It was right at when the season changed, so... I mean, it was kind of a pain in the ass, but it wasn't it was worth it to get the baby pig back. He deserved a better death than that. Getting punched in the head when you aren't looking. Okay, so we are still going to need 29 cabbage seeds for next year, but we don't need to get them right away. So let's try this again. No, piggies! You stay out of this area. Now the adult's going to be in the way. Oh, and there goes the baby again. Yep, he's going to be right square in the way again. Seriously, lady? You're right where I need to pass through. Can I punch her in the head? Will she move? Can't I... Oops.
How are you?
Isn't there a... Yeah, 6. Get out the way. That's not quite enough.
Hello.
There you go. So we're going to point west. Get our ramps lined up. And now the baby piggy's in the way. I think this this goose house is just cursed. Sure. Why not? It's probably slightly off, but it's a temporary housing situation anyway, because I eventually want them on the other side of the field. I want them closer to food storage. I just want them to be in a specific order, and we do not have access to the fold yet, so that's why we're putting them here, so that we can put them in whatever order is convenient for now, and carry on from there. At that point in season 1, so because yeah, this is gonna make like 200 animal feed, and for what we have right now, that's gonna last forever and a day. Hey, there's our farming level. Oh, it's just a regular level, not a who's it. So there's the last of our skilled rider, which means 50% less stamina consumption on the mounts. So our next one's going to be Carrot and Stick, which is going to make him ride faster. Or no, Night Rider. Night Rider's going to make him ride faster, and then Carrot and Stick's going to increase his carrying capacity. So Night Rider, then Carrot and the Stick, and then we're going to go for 2 points into Skilled Orchardman. We're not going to get it all the way up to 3, but that's okay. There aren't enough points. Why has she not fed the pigs? Because we didn't... Because I forgot to put the animal feed back after we made it. That's twice this season I've done that. I'm not real proud of myself at the moment. I'm going to blame it on being tired, but that may or may not be true. Well, I mean, I am tired, but that may or may not be the cause. You know what? Let's go ahead and fill this, since we have so much, and we'll go ahead and fill the donkey place as well. There we go. So the baby donkey's outside the fence right now, but that's okay, because after nighttime she will be back inside. I think. It might be next season, but eventually she will be back inside. Okay, so we can start building the bigger houses here. And get some of these people moved into stone houses, which should make them quite happy. So what do we need to actually get the second tier of that so that we can get more? Did we get the sewing hut? We got the sewing hut and I didn't even notice. Oh no, we already upgraded the sewing hut. I did notice. Okay. That makes me feel a little better. We got the goose house up. We are now working on hunting lodge tier 2. I think we already built. Woodshed 2 is next. Okay, so we still need a little bit this way. So let's put those away. What do we have for logs? Not nearly enough. Yeah, we are getting closer to the iron and the horse. As much as I appreciate that donkey is significantly quieter than the horse, I do miss that sweet horse speed. Yeah, the iron is going to be a game changer. That's going to make everything better. I don't know if we'll be able to get one more house here or not. It's going to be tight. We might be able to get it. Alrighty. And I know we got started late today, guys, but I really don't know that I have it in me to go late. I am still super tired after today. So, it is 8 o'clock my time, which is generally the time that we stop. So we'll probably pull up here and finish that house off tomorrow. But we will definitely be on, should be on time tomorrow. So I don't have anything going on. And it is a holiday, but I don't have anything going on. So, yeah, I'm gonna work on it. You too, Stesso. You staying up late again. Not that we dislike seeing you. I absolutely love having you around, but yeah, I'm sure you need to drop off too. So, but yeah, if you guys learned anything useful tonight, or if you had a good time, please don't be afraid to drop a like. If you're feeling friendly, go ahead and subscribe. But either way, have a fantastic rest of your night, and thank you guys for watching.